raging fire. The time is 1:02, and you are listening to Midday Talk with Sivu here at Agape FM. Thank you so much for tuning in. With us, I have a prophet himself. I love this. I love what God is doing. You know, prophets, apostles in the marketplace, doing the works of God. Midday Hombe, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for honoring and accepting our invite, sir.
Today, Sibu, thank you for having me, and good afternoon to your listeners as well.
Oh my God, I am so blessed, guys. I sit with great people here, and I am so small. But hey, all right, let us read the bio of Mr. Hombe. He's an owner with his wife, Mrs. Hombe. They are owners of Dunamite Trade Projects Ltd. I love the name, guys. Which is privately owned entity with its head office in Port Elizabeth. They specialize in construction, mainly civil works, general buildings and maintenance and repairs. The establishment of the company in 2012 was inspired by the Spirit of God, as the name was derived from two words, the Greek, Dunamis, dynamite power to cause changes. Oh, I don't know, I feel like preaching. Okay, and mighty to give us dynamite. They are involved in some of the major projects around the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. For instance, they just concluded rehabilitation on 8th Avenue and Villiers Road and intersections in Walmer. They care for what matters to their clients. Mr. Hombe, this is amazing. How did you start your business? Where did it all begin?
Okay. Thank you once again for having me. Thank you for the opportunity. Like I said, like what's in the bio, it was an inspiration. We didn't just wake up one day, and it was all inspired by the Spirit. You know, we're children of God, so that's our lifestyle. For us, Christianity is not a religion; it's a lifestyle. That's what we live. You know, so every day of us, everything of us is inspired by the Word of God, inspired by the Holy Spirit of God. So we discussed with my wife, fiance then, that we have to start something. You know, we believe in partnership, in sponsorship of the gospel. It costs money to preach the gospel, but the people who receive it, they receive it for free. But let's say we printing books, we airing programs on television, you can watch it for free, but it costs money to be on the airwaves. Somebody has to pay for it. True. So we're blessed because we grew up from Christian families, and when we met, we were still fiancés then. We said we need to push the gospel of God, and we need to push it obviously with money. We can pray, yes, but we also need the substance. What can we do? The Spirit gave us, dropped this in our spirit, said you can register a company. There are a lot of opportunities. Our eyes were open then. Wow. We saw opportunities. That's 2012. We're talking about 8 years back. Where I'm going is God's time is always the best time. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but if God gives you a word, stick to the word. Wow. Make war with the word. Don't move away from it. Keep your focus on it. So we registered this company. We were perusing in our minds what we're gonna call the company. Then this word came in. Dunamite.
I love it. I love it.
Came Dunamite. Some people still read it as dynamite. It's more or less the same, but it's more powerful when it's Dunamite because it's two words that are put together. Dunamis is a Greek word for dynamic power, change to cause power or something like that. And then mighty, it's just adding a force on that power. So it's a Dunamis, and mighty, that's Dunamite.
Wow.
That's how we came with that company. And like you read there on the bio, we mainly focus on construction, that's your civil works, and general building, your repairs and maintenance. If you want to have your house painted, repainted, plastering, your paving, civil works, we do the paving, we do the asphalt works. That's your hot works. Yes, and we're currently busy in the metro with projects of rehabilitating the metro. You see, everywhere you drive, there are potholes there and things like that. So we're busy doing that.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so excited. All right. So when you began the business, where did you get funding?
Okay. Our business, we did not really get funding. We did try to source for funding, but we did not manage to get any funding. But we were not moved because we knew this was not our idea.
Wow.
God dropped this in us. And God cannot tell you to do something and then he just leaves you stranded. You know, he's the mastermind, he's the main man, he's the pace setter. He gives you the plan. So we did this and then he showed us, go this way, go that way. So even when the work that we're doing for the government, the local government, you need capital for it. You need funding for it. Because when you're just starting, you're told to, like we did, if you're driving along Villiers Road in Walmer, there we did a sidewalk there between 13th and 14th Avenue. That's our work there, and a couple of others around the metro. So when that was, I think, one of our very first major projects there. The finances were not there, but God had already made a way.
Wow.
You see, for the first time, we approached suppliers. They don't know us from anywhere, but they just agree to give us material on credit, pay when you're done with the job, which is very rare. And I still have people that are doing what we are doing. I refer them to the same guys, but they don't get assisted. You know, so we already found favor from the onset, from day one. We already found favor with God. So all credit of what we are doing, where we have been, where we are now, and where we're going, it's all credit to the Almighty God.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay, so how did you manage to advertise yourself when you first began? How did people know that there is now Dunamite?
Yeah, we also made use of the social media, and we dropped our profile, business profile, at almost every place, you know. We didn't have designers that time. Just somebody who is etiquette with the computers and things like that. We just designed our own logo from what was available, and we made letterheads and things like that. We created our profile and all the works that we had done and things like that. That's how we marketed ourselves.
Wow. You know, I love the fact that you are saying you also did something. You went to the suppliers and you created the platforms so that people can know you. Because I think one of the things that we always misunderstand as Christians is that, no, I'm going to pray, you know, and God will just open something from the sky and then it will fall down. But I love the fact that even though the idea came from God, but there are also certain things that you guys did so that the business can be established. Wow. Definitely.
Because, you know, when God gives you an idea, then you have to be proactive yourself. You have to go out there. What must go out there? You must go out there with the mindset that you've got an advantage.
All right.
You know, everybody might be doing it. What we're doing there, a lot of people are doing it. Like there are 2,000 companies that are doing what we're doing that I know of, just here in PE, you see. But what makes you different, what separates you, is the consciousness that I've got a God advantage.
Wow.
And God advantage, he doesn't need any connection, any political connection or whatever. People even now, they think maybe we're politically connected somewhere, but no, and no.
Wow. Yes. So how has the business grown from 2012 to 2021?
Okay, the growth was gradual, but we've seen the hand of God lately from about 2018. It took a sharp rise that even ourselves, we cannot even explain. You know, we got so extremely busy and we're still getting busy. And where we're going, God is really entrusting us, because I believe whatever is happening, it's for the financing of the kingdom. There's nowhere else we put our money but in the kingdom. People sponsor all different kind of things, you know, all the organizations that are out there. They strive, or people know about them because they're sponsored. We even know some of them. We don't need to mention names now, you see. But for people like us, that's what we are called for. We are not ashamed of the gospel. We'll sponsor it, and we'll sponsor it big time. You think that we are crazy when we sponsor the gospel. So we've seen the sharp rise of God. You know, one thing that I've always learned in my life from one of our ministers that have been teaching us is you can never serve God and bite your fingers. You can never serve God and lack. It's a matter of time, and God's time is the best time. Make sure you just understand the times and seasons, because everything has got time. Understand it, and also one thing, don't miss your opportunity, because you don't know again when that same chance is gonna come.
Oh my God!
How do you achieve that? As a child of God, yield yourself to the Spirit, so that when the Spirit of God is ministering to you, you don't miss anything.
That's powerful.
You catch everything at the same time, and immediately you go for it. Because if you miss it, you don't know again when does it come.
When it will come.
It comes in 2 weeks, it comes after 10 years,
You
or it
know-
comes in the next world to come after Jesus. It's gone. That's it. We're back.
We don't want that.
You don't want that. You see, you need to make impact now, especially the times that we are in now. It's perilous times for other people, but for us, children of God, you know, we confident that whatever is happening it's not the work of God. But we're confident that it will not affect us. But must we just look at ourselves? No. We have to help others. We have to save others. You see, like we have to do publicity. We have to do all that. There were times when the country was on lockdown. Must the church stop? No. You have to do the church online. These things involve using of data. We're talking of high data. People have to connect and all that. Because also the world, yes, Zoom, your other platforms. We do have in our ministry, we've got plenty platforms. We've got the King's Conference. It's more like a Zoom, but it's different. You can go to your Google Play so you can download that app. We've got your King's Chat. It's like a WhatsApp, but different because it's from us. We're different, you know, and things like that. So it costs money. All I'm saying is it costs money. That's why we do the things that we do, so that we make sure every man, because remember the Bible said Jesus will not come until every man in this world hears about Jesus. It's now their choice to accept him or not, but they should know that there is Jesus.
Wow.
Yes, so we have to accelerate that process. You know, we have the responsibility of doing that.
All right. So where are you guys situated? Is there a place that people can go to find you, or?
Yeah, sure. Our office is in North End. We have two offices actually. We've got one office in North End. Then our other office is in number 179 Uke Road in Walmer. But the best is to go to our website. We do have a Facebook page. You can get hold of us there, see what we're doing, and also there's a button there that you can, on a click, you can get to our WhatsApp straight. And we respond to the WhatsApp messages immediately. But if you don't have a WhatsApp, you can drop us an inbox. Within an hour's time, you should get a response. But at our offices, you have to come by appointment. Not because of COVID, but because there is no one who's always there. You know, we construction people, so we're always on site and things like that.
So in 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry. The interview is going to be short because Mr. Hombe is a very busy man. So we're trying to just wrap everything up. So in 5 years, where do you see yourself? How do you plan on the business how do you... Okay, let me just... Where do you see yourself?
Yeah, we're looking at expanding. We're already in the process of expanding, not only looking in the local metro, but to go all around the province and obviously go national and global. We're targeting the global market.
Wow.
Because the people who are there, they are also people like us. They've got one head, two hands, two legs. What stops you to also get there, you know? And remember and not forget that we've got the God advantage.
Wow.
Wherever you go, we know that God will place men. And sometimes, you know, the work of God is so amazing. There are men you get to places, they help you, but those people don't exist. It's just angels that were sent to help you for that time. When you go again the same place 2 years, 3 years down the line, there's no one like, there was never a person like that. You know? Yes. Then you ask yourself,
you
what
are
happened?
making me. Jesus.
So you need to be quite conscious of the working of the power of God in a man's life. You know?
My God.
That thing works. Even what we're doing now, from 2012, remember I said from about 2012, we started now getting more busy around 2016, 2018. The previous years, we did not lose hope. We were not panicking. We were relaxed because we knew God is in control. And when he was unfolding his mighty works now, it's quite overwhelming.
Wow.
It's overwhelming, but he always make a plan.
Yes.
And if you think we had backgrounds, we grew up from families doing that, no. We never grew up from families that were doing that.
Wow.
Yes. And our work Very excellent. We were getting compliments from clients that how long we've been doing this. Some of them they will be surprised that okay, we're doing this for you for the first time. There's some things that we're doing that we never did. You see, but the Spirit of God works amazing in the life of me. He's a teacher. He teaches you all things. You know.
Wow. So did you study for this, or like you said, it was just an inspiration, and from there you just went on?
Okay, my line of study. Okay, I'm a valuer by profession. So my line of study, I also studied construction technology, but it's not practical because when you're doing valuations, you have to know what consists in a building. There is cement, there is paint, there is bricks, there is electricity. So when inspecting a property, you know what. But we don't do the practical of laying and all that, you know, and all that, because the valuations we do for the buildings, the properties, we do for farms, for mines, and for roads. But that's another side of profession. That's not what I'm here for. So that's how I'm in sync with construction. But the civil part of it was never anything from my background of study or from scratch.
Strictly revelation.
Yes.
Oh my word.
Strictly revelation.
Mr. Hombe, what can you tell someone who wants to start a business, be it construction just like yours or any type of business? What can you tell that person?
Yeah, all I can say is I'm gonna give you one advice, and nothing. Don't expect me to say what the motivational speakers say. Yield to the Spirit of God. Just yield to the Spirit of God. What the Spirit of God will do, it will give you the right idea.
Wow.
It will show you the direction, exactly where the place is to go, what to do. Even if you be physically, it looks like you don't have the things that you need, the resources that you need. Don't be moved. Go for it. I tell you, wherever you go, there's somebody placed for you there to help you. And amazing, you can go to that place. The first person you meet, they speak to you in a different that you are not expecting. They might even be rude. But if the Spirit of God has told you, go for it. That's what you're supposed to do.
Wow.
Even at this stage that we are, I face that all the times. For example, you want to buy something, people start looking at you and say, can you buy this? They look at the price. Can this guy really buy it? Then people now get surprised when I'm buying the thing. They ask you, do you need finance? You say, no, I'm going to buy it cash. They'll be like, okay, really now this is happening. And from there, people have a different perspective of you. Yeah.
All right, I have just one last question. You know, sometimes we tend to believe that even if something is coming from God, that we will not experience challenges, we will not experience hardships. What can you tell us that you have experienced, though the vision is from God? Did you just experience honey and milk?
No, not at all. Not at all. Remember, if you give a 2-year child a Ferrari or a 5-year child a Ferrari or 1 million rand, they'll spoil the money or the Ferrari will kill them. They don't know how to drive. They'll just press wherever. God needs to train you first. And in the process of training, it's practical. You face the actual challenges. But don't look at it as a challenge to destroy you. It's a challenge to promote you for a bigger challenge. At every level you are, I always say at every level you are, go for the biggest frog.
Okay.
At every level you are, don't run away from challenges. If you're running away from challenges, you're not ready to grow. Go for the biggest frog. Look for the biggest frog and eat it.
Oh, guys, I know I'm speechless. Mr. Hombe, I don't want to delay you. I know you are a busy man and you are rushing to another commitment that you have. Thank you so much. We are so grateful to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a prophet, and he is in the marketplace. I want to emphasize this, that prophets, apostles are in the marketplace. The gospel is about to rise.
Big time. It's about to change. We're changing the scene. We're
You
changing
know,
everything. We're taking over, actually.
I was just playing Tasha Cobb's the song saying this is a move. I think it's so prophetic.
It's strategic.
You know? It's so prophetic. Thank you so much. I am so inspired. I believe our listeners are just as inspired. Thank you so much, Mr. Hombe. I am lost for words, but we are truly humbled. Thank you very much.
Me as well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Have a blessed day ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, let us listen.